This is VOA News. Via remote, I'm Marissa Melton. U.S. Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden on Sunday called for the Republican-controlled Senate to delay confirmation of President Donald Trump's Supreme Court nominee, saying voters are not going to stand for this abuse of power. That's his quote. Biden said the Senate should delay action until after he or Trump is inaugurated in January for a new four-year term. But Mr. Trump has said that moving forward with his choice of Judge Amy Coney Barrett is his constitutional duty, even though no Supreme Court nominee has ever been put forth so close to a presidential election. Biden's comments come as Democrats and Republicans move to use the Supreme Court vacancy left by the death of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg to energize voters in the November 3rd election. Biden said the Senate has to stand strong for our democracy. He spoke at a brief news conference in his home state of Delaware. He said the Senate moving ahead on the Barrett nomination, in his words, would be an irreversible step toward the brink and a betrayal of a single quality that America is born and built on: the people decide. Should he win the election, Biden said the Barrett nomination should be withdrawn so he can make a pick. The nomination of Amy Coney Barrett gives President Trump an opportunity to make the court more conservative ahead of the November 3rd election. The president said on Saturday he believed that Barrett should be a straightforward and prompt confirmation. He urged lawmakers and media to refrain from personal and partisan attacks on Barrett. Polls show a majority of Americans, as well as Democratic lawmakers, want the winner of November's presidential election to select the nominee. When VOA asked Mr. Trump about that, the president replied, "I don't think they know Amy." If confirmed, Barrett would be the first mother of school-aged children to serve on the court. VOA News. Armenia declared martial law and total military mobilization after clashes with Azerbaijan over the Nagorno-Karabakh enclave. That's according to Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan on Sunday. Armenia and Azerbaijan reported heavy fighting around Nagorno-Karabakh on Sunday morning. The enclave has a majority Armenian population but is located entirely inside Azerbaijan. Armenia accused neighboring Azerbaijan of attacks on civilian settlements in the disputed region. In a statement, the Armenian Defense Ministry said, "Our response will be proportionate and the military political leadership of Azerbaijan bears full responsibility for the situation." The ministry also said its troops shot down 2 Azerbaijani military helicopters and 3 drones after Baku's forces began bombing the breakaway enclave. Azerbaijan's defense ministry said it had launched a military operation along the contact line between the two countries. It confirmed the downing of only 1 Azerbaijani helicopter and said the crew had survived. Belarusian police detained dozens of protesters on Sunday during a march in Minsk, and security forces in Omel used tear gas against demonstrators as a groundswell of opposition to Alexander Lukashenko continued for the 50th day. The protests in Minsk, Omel, and other cities came after Lukashenko, who's been in power since 1994, was inaugurated for a 6th term on September 23rd in a secretive ceremony. The European Union and United States both issued statements that they did not recognize his legitimacy. Lukashenko claimed victory in the country's disputed presidential election in August. 3 people were arrested Saturday at a right-wing rally in Portland, Oregon. Police say they are also investigating 1 assault. The rally attracted several hundred people, far short of the crowd of 10,000 that organizers had expected. The rally began at noon and was mostly over by 3 p.m. The Oregon Department of Transportation briefly closed an interstate to keep competing groups separate, according to a spokesman with the local sheriff's office. The 3 arrests included a man suspected of driving while under the influence of drugs or alcohol and a woman with an outstanding arrest warrant. Johns Hopkins University, which tracks coronavirus statistics, has reported large jumps in new COVID-19 cases in India and the United States. Hopkins said late on Saturday that India had 86,054 new infections in the previous 24 hours, while the United States reported 55,054. Via remote, I'm Marissa Melton from Washington. You're listening to VOA News.